Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video tutorial. This will be board number 5 of section 2 from the free ebook that is available on the World Xiangqi Federation website. The name of the book is Basic Midgame Tactics, and there are lots of very nice examples in the book. Unfortunately, today's board is a flawed example. So without further ado, let us begin our analysis. Red would have 2 cannons, 2 chariots and 2 horses, 3 pawns, and a full guard. Black would also have 2 chariots, 2 horses, 2 cannons, a full guard, and 3 pawns. However, uh, although Red had linked the horses at the central file, his formation was cramped and very vulnerable to attack by Black. So it will be Black's turn to move, and today's board will be a discussion on how Black could improve from strength to strength. Now the board given here was this was the position. I wonder if there was a mistake in the printing and there should be a red pawn here, because if there was a red pawn, things would be drastically different. In the book, R8 plus 5 was given, whereby Black would boldly sacrifice his chariot. Now, this move is quite questionable because uh, Red. Uh, this was a forced move on Black's part. Black could have played p3 plus 1 as suggested by my computer program and gain a significant advantage. There was no need to sacrifice the chariot in this manner, and seldom is such a move or such a risky move seen in actual play. But let us see what the book had in store for us. So Black would play r8 plus r8 equals to 5, r8 plus 5 to capture the red cannon. Red would take revenge. The cannon cannot capture the cannon, or the black cannon will be delivering a check. So this will be the key move for Black. Now, in this move, with this move, the cannon cannot move away. It can only advance. And in this board, this is another questionable move by Red, because Red tried to move his cannon one step ahead so that it will be protected. Even though the horse can capture it, it will be protected by this chariot. Now, the main idea in this board was that Black could continue with r2 equals to 5 and thus gain material. Now, r2 equals to 5 is a very powerful move, in the sense that not only would Black be prepared to play h3 plus 5 to gain material, the cannon and the chariot in the same file would apply a lot of pressure on the red king. So that is why Red tried to defend with e3 plus 5, and the black horse captured the red cannon. So in effect, it will be Black's one chariot trading for 2 of the red cannons. Now, at this point in time, Black would be prepared to gain more material by playing h5 minus 6. So let's say, for example, Red played something like an inconsequential move. Black would be prepared to play h5 minus 6, whereby the chariot will be now under attack, and the black cannon could capture the central horse and gain more material. So Black would have a significant material advantage. So this was the line of thinking behind Black's play. So because Black was prepared to attack the red horse, and Red would think that if by making this move, even if Black retreated his horse, his chariot could be moved to safety. However, it would be this move that Black was trying to show in this board. Now with e7 plus 9, the red chariot will be captured for sure, because it cannot move here or here, as this horse would cover these 2 intersections. Neither can the chariot advance, as the black horse will now cover in this intersection. So black will be forced to trade material by using his chariot to capture either one of the horses, and which would result in more loss of material, and the black would have a very huge advantage going into the endgame phase. But as I mentioned before, this position is a little bit funny, or because in, although this is a standoff, black would have nothing to be worried about. There was no immediate threat of any unblocked checkmate, etc. That was imminent. Instead, black could have played p3 plus 1. Now this was a computer generated version whereby once the pawn crossed the river, it will be prepared to capture the central cannon. As the chariot was still on the bottom rank, this section of the board would be safe for black. So let's say red will try to counter c2 plus 3, and black would have none of it and threaten the red cannon, because now the cannon would have no place to move. So let's say red try to relieve some pressure with this check, trading more material. Black would not be worried and capture the red chariot at this point in time, but instead he would play p4 equals to 5, which was a very good and powerful move. The reason for this is because after capturing the cannon, not only will the horse be attacking this chariot, the black's elephant will now be freed to attack this red chariot, which was perched in a very precarious position. So black will be forced to move his red will be forced to advance his chariot, and again, red is not in a hurry to capture this chariot, and would play h3 plus 4, h3 plus 5 again to threaten this chariot. And this chariot, as can be seen, this black was bound to lose a chariot, and perhaps the best move would be to try to trade his chariot for a horse. And as can be seen at this point in time, black will capture another piece, and we can see that black would have a huge material advantage going on into the endgame phase. So that is why p3 plus 1 would have been a much better move for black, instead of h8 plus 5, which was a little bit risky. Now this move was questionable in my opinion, because after trading chariots, red could have played r3 equals to 7 to offer a trade of material. Red would not have to worry about losing his cannon, because even if this were played, red would simply defend. If not, red would lose more material, etc. And black would be forced to retreat his chariot to protect the horse. Now, just to mention, a6 plus 5 would be the correct move to make. Red cannot defend with a4 equals to 5, because there will be a threat of a skewer over here. So if, let's say, this will play, black will retreat, and let's say black did not move at elephants, black will be prepared to play c4 equals to 3 and threaten with a smothered cannon checkmate. So a6 plus 5 will be the correct advisor to move, and not a4 plus 5. So a6 plus 5, and the red chariot would retreat in the nick of time to protect the red horse. So at this point in time, we can see that red would have 2 chariots, 2 horses, and black would have 2 cannons, 2 horses, and 1 chariot. So material wise, red will have 1 extra chariot, and both colors would be deemed to have the same amount of material, and this would be a drawish position. So that is why c5 plus 1 was a very questionable move. Perhaps the authors of the book were trying too hard to show this position, whereby the red chariot is captured. But anyway, this is a good lesson in mid-game tactics, whereby this is also another example of indirectly trading material to gain the advantage. So a short recap, questionable RA plus 5. Another questionable move, whereby this would have been better. R3 equals 7 would have been much better. And black red would lose the chariot. And instead of RA plus 5, whereby there will be no need to, although there will be much flair in this move, the simple no-nonsense move would be simply to play P3 plus 1, whereby the pawn would do tons of damage. Horse cannot capture it, or you'll be a check. So I hope you've enjoyed this short video tutorial. And if you like the work I've been doing, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. Thank you.